So while I was looking up builds for a completely different mech, I accidentally ran across this one. This mech is one that I got for free, and it's a hero mech, which means that you get extra money every time you play a match in a hero mech. So I'd really wanted to find something that worked for it. Everything I tried was pretty mediocre, and then, like I said, I actually found this one. So I was pretty excited. And this was one of my first, just first few matches with it. The first two went really well, then I had a couple of bad ones. And so then I had this
The guy
match.
in 3 has a PPC, so watch out.
And kind of like in that Thunderbolt video I uploaded, where I was kind of like, well, okay, I live by this mountain now. This is where I'm staying for the whole match. This canyon kind of becomes my home for the match. And that's a terrible idea, by the way. A lot of my team just kind of stays in this canyon, and I'm pretty sure that's why we lost. I mean, you can see I'm getting pelted from the start, and being in the canyon means that it's harder to find cover.
Target spotted.
So, anyway, this guy really doesn't do much else, thankfully. He got a couple of shots in my back, which was kind of stupid of me. I really should have been twisting to the side. And here I try to trade with these guys, but I'm pretty sure I just planted all my rounds into the dirt. So our losses are mounting early.
Guy in D3 still behind us.
And I actually do the smart thing, and I start to break out of the canyon, and I'll even completely get out of it. I was checking around just to make sure there was nobody behind me again. And I get behind this guy. I'm like, yeah, I can take him out. Even though the entire enemy team is directly to my right, yeah, I'll chase this guy. That was incredibly stupid of me. I mean, I do have the firepower to take him out, and he's, I didn't know it at the time, but he's running an extra light engine, and one of his sides is already open. So, anyway, that's the entire enemy team pelting me with their fire. I don't quite have the torso pitch to shoot him. I should have unlocked my arm weapons, but it didn't really matter because he dropped down, and I got to take him out quickly. So anyway, that ultra auto cannon is pretty powerful, but they do jam up, and it felt like it constantly happened in this fight, just because this being a close fight that was going kind of badly. I really wanted to be able to shoot it as often as possible, so every time it jammed up, it just felt twice as significant. But anyway, there's this Zeus in front of me that everyone is targeting, so I'm trying to shoot that Atlas in the back because I don't want him just free firing at my team. And I did kind of force him into cover.
Still got that guy back by C3.
And I'm trying to do a little bit of damage to that guy, just firing single lasers because I'm overheating badly. That's why I didn't just stay and keep shooting at that Atlas. I still try and squeeze off the occasional Ultra 20 shot. And I'm blocking with my right side because this is what they call a dead side build. That means I have no weapons on one side. So if I lose that side, it's not such a big deal. It does slow my mech down and it makes my unit worse. Oh, that guy. So I didn't even expect to get that kill, but basically I just cored right through his center just because these weapons are so powerful. The lasers together will deal 20 damage, the ultra auto cannon does 20 damage per shot, and I did a double tap, so 60 points just went straight through his core. And I'm overheating like crazy, so I knew I was, dead there no matter what, so I just, blew my heat and decided I would get at least one more kill before I went down. Anyway, I usually like to try and skip around, see who has an interesting build. And this guy's build is kind of nice, but I decided to see what else was there around, and this build looks awful to me. I mean, maybe this player pulls it off, but yeah, I mean, it looks like it's a little too fast. I mean, it's only running at 100 kilometers per hour, which is a bit slow for this mech. It should be doing at least like 130 or more. And he's constantly running hot, so I just don't think he has enough heat sinks to manage that kind of firepower. And I thought, oh, okay, this guy will do some damage, and he falls over immediately. So I spend, just spend my time switching between these two guys. This Enforcer player, by the way, does have relatively bad aim, but keep in mind that what we see is a little bit delayed compared to what that player is actually seeing. So if you really want to know whether their shots are on target or not, you have to watch that targeting reticle and see if it flashes red when you fire. Because we might see the cursor being off to the side, but the shot could have actually landed on their screen. So anyway, we've got a pretty big, player deficit here. We've got 2 left and they have 5. I had almost hoped that we might get a few more kills at least, but then this guy, lost most of his weaponry. So realistically, it was just down to this little weird commando build. And I think he, just decided to do the same thing I did. He decided he was dying no matter what, so he would just go and overheat, try and get another kill, but it didn't really work out for him. And you see the weird ragdoll physics on the mech. It's on uneven ground, so it's constantly wobbling back and forth. And that's making the camera shake too. But I did pretty good. 3 kills, 6 components destroyed, 400 damage. I was really happy with his performance compared to everything else I'd tried on this mech. And no one really had amazing damage, but I was happy with my performance at least on this one.